Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another mod, which is rather excessive in what it does. Now this is a very old mod that was updated a few years back in order to be compatible with the current version of the game, and it's called the Earthbreaker Drill Reborn, which is this glorious thing that I'm currently standing on. So this is if you really want to delete that asteroid that's been a pain in your butt as you fly around your ship. Compared to the regular drill, this thing is just going to absolutely annihilate anything you put in front of it, and to make things even better, you can do something that I've set up in the background right there. It's made a massive array of drills, which is what we're going to use later on to mine straight through this asteroid. There's one hell of a lot on there, and they do collect up one hell of a lot of stuff. So yes, what this is basically a gigantic drill compared to the vanilla version. It's got a gigantic container inside it, so it can carry pretty much everything you'll ever need in survival mode. And it does have a rather fancy effect as it spins around when you turn it on. So first of all, grabbing hold of my character, coming to this, and finding the Earthbreaker Drill there is. This thing is a bloody expensive block, but it does come in a small block version if that's what you want. You can see there it uses 180 computers, 150 motors, 540 large steel tubes, 960 small steel tubes, 1,500 construction components, and 9,000 steel plates. So this thing is a bloody expensive block compared to the vanilla drill. If we come to this and find that one, yes, there is quite a difference, but it is very much worth it at the end of the day. What I'll do is just come back into this, grab my character, go and drop this into the world there. There we go. We've got one connection point on the back for you to connect up to your conveyors and into any kind of cargo system. But like I said, it does not need a cargo system attached onto this, because coming inside, as you can see, it can contain one hell of a lot of stuff. And as I said earlier, it's basically all you'll ever need in survival mode. But that all done out of the way, what I'm going to do now is actually show you the animation. So getting rid of that, coming around over here, a small makeshift miner that I just slapped together. I'm just going to hop into this, and I'm going to bring the free camera back over, and we'll look at it like so. So making sure I'm in the correct camera so I can actually move this thing around. There we go. I'm now going to hit the left mouse button, and there we go. That's all it does. It's very simple, yet very effective when looking at it from a distance. We're going to move the camera slightly away and actually do it one more time. There we go. It causes a lovely shadow effect on the blocks behind us. And getting a bit closer and doing it one more time. There we go. We can see we do have a small part in there, which is also spinning around, which is a very nice touch. We're going to get a bit closer. In fact, we'll go inside it. We see it's being made up of different segments, where there's little parts that actually spin around. They've got plates to separate each individual part. Now what I'm going to do is just come around over to this asteroid. We'll actually mine stuff up, and I'll show you just how destructive this drill is. So moving all the way up to it, and one thing to bear in mind when I am moving across to it, is that this drill by default empty is a bloody heavy block. If you look on the bottom right hand corner, you'll see the sheer weight of the ship, and it doesn't really have anything else actually contribute that weight, being the thrusters are fairly lightweight, reactors are fairly lightweight, it's got a gyroscope, control seat, and then just a bloody great drill on the front of it. But anyway, we now approach the asteroid, we can come all the way up to it, bump into it, got a nice lot of health on there, so it doesn't really matter if you do bump into stuff often. Now I'm just going to left mouse button, and there we go. That is the size of the hole it makes, and I suppose it's fine for it to be a small ship, and yes, you can see the sheer weight of this thing going up and up and up, and the poor thrusters at the back are trying their very best to move this thing, but as we collect more and more, it's going to get slower and slower. Yes, this thing is absolutely fantastic for mining through an asteroid. Strap a few of these together, and you can absolutely delete the asteroid if that's what you want to do. And it'll be very useful for hollowing out an asteroid or even on a planet if you did want to make an underground base. As you can see there was a hollow section on this asteroid. We are slowly moving towards the main section. But yes, our weight is still going up, we're still collecting. And, well, you can see the hole that is just made behind me. So what I'll do is now cut back when I actually reach this bigger asteroid in the distance. Then I'll use the right mouse button, make an even bigger hole, and we'll see just how big that is compared to the drilling hole. So here we go, we now approach the large asteroid in the background. I did unfortunately crash into it, which is why there's a large blob of resources in front of me, because the drill did blow up, moving at 6 meters per second. But yes, now what I'm going to do is hold down the right mouse button, and as you can see, this thing is absolutely insane with the sheer amount that it can actually remove. Look at it, it's absolutely fantastic, it's just deleting pretty much everything in this game. And yes, if you did want a really overpowered drill, or even just want a singular drill on the ship, then this is going to be the mod for you. Yes, that is what it does, and well, I suppose before I move over to the bigger ship, I'll just come down here and use the character, and drop them all the way down. And that's just the sheer size of what that's just been removed. Now what I'm going to do is come over to the big drill that I created, because there's not too much else to talk about, very self-explanatory what it does. It's very expensive, very big, and mines a lot of resources. But now let's see what this one can do to the large asteroid, and I have a feeling it's going to end up in the same fate as the first drill, where I'm going to just crash into stuff and everything's going to blow up. So moving this thing forwards, as you can see, is exceptionally slow, and I really should have strapped on a few more thrusters. But no, I'm going to very carefully move up against this, and I'm going to use the right mouse button once again, and we'll see what kind of destruction we can cause using this setup. And here we go, I'm now approaching the asteroid. What I'm going to do is start holding down the right mouse button, and we should start to see, there we go, the asteroid get deleted. We're going to keep moving forwards, because if I lose any kind of momentum with this, then, well, it's going to be a bit of a problem actually getting it going once again. But here we go, we're now gaining speed. In fact, I'm going to turn the damage so it can start to cruise along. But look at that, the asteroid is getting absolutely annihilated by this thing. If I was to say move away from this, like so, just see how that's just being deleted slowly over time. It would not take many of these to actually get rid of the entire asteroid, to the point that I might actually try this on the Earth-like planet and try to dig all the way through to the opposite side. I'll save that for another video. In fact, it won't actually be too long until you see that video, because as I'm recording this, that video is actually happening. I've started it on the Earth-like planet just to see how far it would go, because it's going to take a bloody long time, to the point that I might need to leave it running overnight in order to actually make some progress. Yes, here we go, just through the asteroid, we'll go to the opposite side. And in fact, I might actually try and speed this up a little bit. There we go, moving that bit forwards more. There we are. And yes, there is no risk of this ever actually crashing into stuff, due to how quickly this thing is mining everything up. So once again, speeding up. Off we go, a bit quicker now. And yes, it's just an absolute glorious sight, and I do absolutely love this mod. It's been around for years. I believe the first iteration which I had downloaded, which I wanted to do a video on, was from 2015 or 2016. But since then, it was broken and needed to be recreated. But here we go, we're now on the opposite side of the asteroid, we've gone all the way through, and that's an absolute lovely hole for you to build a base in, if you wanted to. Yes, as for that, that's pretty much it for the Earthbreaker Drill. It's an absolutely fantastic mod if you do want to have a very powerful drill. That should prove very useful in survival mode, or even just in creative mode if you do want to just play around with a gigantic drill, and cause mass destruction by removing large lumps of the world. So there'll be a link to the description below if you wish to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do. There'll also be a link to the Skybox I'm currently using. It's a very nice one, got a lot of different colours, blues, pinks, purples, and a nice dark section, which works very well on certain planets. So yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.